What is up? What is going on, Dave at SVA Card Collectors? What a wonderful weekend it was. In particular, a lovely Sunday it was. I had a lovely Saturday. We had a nice Friendsgiving, which the fact that they have something like that and they name it makes me want to vomit. But in any case, we had one of those where we had 7 couples and 19 kids in one house. No kid above the age of 8 or 9, I think. That was fun. And then yesterday I had another birthday party to go to because I am a mover and a shaker. But as I was at the party yesterday, I got to watch my Jets defeat the Raiders in glorious fashion. And they've scored 34 points, 3 games in a row. I don't want to get ahead of myself because they played 2 really bad teams, and Raiders are good there in the playoffs right now. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think the Jets are going to the Super Bowl this year and winning it easily. So, like a true typical Jet fan, there's no middle area. We're the worst team in sports. We won a couple of games. We're going to the Super Bowl. We stink. Anyway, so hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Now this is going to be a short week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm doing podcasts, and then I'm going to take the rest of the week off. Maybe you'll see me, every now and then. I couldn't help myself. I opened up my last 2018 Topps Update blaster box. I should have held on to it. I only got a Gleyber Torres, and that was that. And a Don Mattingly SP, which I thought was like, oh my God, I'm rich. And it's not. I think you get one. I think you get one SP in every blaster box, it seems like. Because the last one I had, I got Will Clark. But it was Don Mattingly. It looked cool, so I was happy about that. But, I have to get the Gleyber graded, and then we'll see how well I did. But everything else, I really didn't get much. Rookie debuts for Acuna and Ohtani. Speaking of Ohtani, I wanted to talk about looking at specific cards. What do I mean? I'll tell you what I mean. A lot of times look for deals, or there's a lot of times I'll look for lots on eBay, or I'll peruse on Facebook groups, just looking randomly. And then once I find something that I think I like, I start looking it up online and seeing, hey, is this a good deal? What's the pop? Most of the time I don't even do that. I don't practice what I preach. I just go, oh, I want this card. Oh, it's a good deal. Look, there's only a couple sold. But I don't look at the trends. I don't look at the pop reports. And this is why I think it's very important to pick the cards that you want, or decide, hey, this is the guy, these are the cards I'm going after, because it makes it easier on yourself when A, you see a deal, and B, you know when to hold them and you know when to fold them. Because I was watching a lot of cards last night, and I was watching the Ohtani Gold. Now, I made a mistake on my article. I wrote the pop was 17, and that's not correct. I think it's around 50. I have to revise that. There is a 17, and I must have been looking at the Gold 5x7, and I believe it's in a white jersey. I don't even know what the card looks like, to be honest with you. That one that I thought was the Gold. I don't know. It was late at night. I'll blame that. It was late at night. And I'll blame other people. I don't know. But I just totally whiffed that. The price range I still feel is the same because of what the other cards go for. But the population, there is a lot more. And so I was following it, and I knew what the prices were that they were selling for. And I knew, hey, it's going way above the price range that I thought it should go for. There's not too many of them that come out but even still, they were all going for 70, 80, 90, around that area during the season. And that's also telling me a little bit, maybe I should have been paying attention more at the end of baseball season and trying to pick up cards that I thought would go down even more now. But it seems to be doing the opposite effect. It seems to be like, well, there's hope. Hope is renewed. And people are starting to buy some Ohtanis, and the prices are starting to go up. So I decided to not bid on it. I bid on it just on $86, $87 because that's the way the prices were before. And a lot of times I do that just so it gives me a reminder. I know I can set the watch, but sometimes, I don't know. I like bidding on something like low that I know where I'm going to be beaten, so I can, it gives me, oh, look, you're getting your butt kicked here. And gives me that reminder. But it also, I started looking at other Ohtanis, and I picked up another Action one, an Action 2018 Topps Heritage for $63. And I was happy about that because I knew what I paid for it, and I knew what the price range was going for it. So I was happy that I was able to get it at a lower amount. And that also helps my dollar cost average. A little investment talk. So, super pumped about that. Now, I was also eyeing a Topps Chrome X-Fractor, which also had a low pop. And they weren't crazy expensive. I got that for $46. Now you have to add shipping and your goddamn tax. So I paid $10 in taxes for both of those cards. And there was also one for sale at $54 or $55 or something like that. So I didn't want to go over that. And so I knew, hey, if that card goes, that's the only card left of the X-Fractor, and I was going to pick that one up for $54. So I had an idea. I had a plan. Will the plan work out? I don't know. He might, hurt himself again and doing whatever. But what I'm saying is it's important to identify cards. Now, a lot of other cards I'm looking for is 2018 Bowman cards. Draft, particularly draft. And I'm looking for refractors, maybe autographs if they're cheap enough, maybe base chrome if there's enough, there's a large amount of them, and I know a lot about the set, and I have a good idea with regards to centering and things like that. That's those are the other cards that I'm going for. So I'm also going for Eloy Jimenez. I'm actually going to stop because I have enough. I'm not this super where I can have 100 of these cards and get them all graded. It's just too much money for me to get them graded. And plus, I like him, but I'm not an all-in Eloy Jimenez guy. So I'm looking at Jimenez, Tatis Jr., Vlad Guerrero, a little bit of Alonso, but his cards seem to be going for too much. So I'm trying to figure out other cards to go for that have a low pop, that look nice, that have that good card appeal. And that's where I'm going with him. And so I know the prices for them. I'm paying attention to the pricing. I see the way they're going. And it's much easier now than when I first started and I just was all willy-nilly. And I was like, well, I'm just going to get, I'm just going to look stuff up. I'm going to try to get lots. I'm going to try to, and I never got lots. I was always too afraid because I didn't want all these cards to come in and then all the work that was entailed on doing it. At times I do find it fun, but I don't have enough time to list everything right away and to really maximize my profits. But it is much easier for me now because I know which cards I'm going for. And again, you can expand on that. And maybe the best route, some people might not like them. Some people like, well, I just want to buy collections. And so you need to figure out, I guess maybe more of the podcast is you need to figure out how you want to collect. And, you can just buy graded cards. You can just buy raw cards. You can just buy lots. You can buy collections. But I do think it's important to figure it out. In the beginning, when you're getting back into collecting, go out and buy different packs of cards. Go to a card shop and just buy 5 or 10 different packs of cards. Take a look at YouTube videos to see which sets that you like. Take a look at the pop reports to see, if there's two thoughts on the pop report, on a PSA pop report, and even Beckett. I tend to go for PSA with regards to the pop report, but Beckett has one as well. If there's not that many of the cards at all, then there's not that much demand. If there is a ton of graded cards, then there's demand, but that may be the set that you need to look for to cherry pick and find the card that's undervalued. That's where my head is going. So if you're, everyone loves the 2018 Topps Update cards. So everyone's going for the PSA 10 Juan Soto's, Acuña's, and all that stuff. So you start digging deeper and you go, all right, well, let me look at the special prints. Which short prints can I get? Which X-Fractors? Which one is the better deal? That's where I'm going. Because everyone's buying those base autos. And they're pretty expensive. Not that they're pretty expensive, but there's nothing to them. I think they're a bigger factor. No, not a bigger factor. Now, me no speak gooder English. I can't explain. It's hard to do a podcast and drive, guys. I think if a player is playing bad or good, it is reflected more so on their base card because there's so many of them. So a day-to-day of him doing bad, it's going to hit him. It's going to hit that card price harder. Where you have these refractors or X-Fractors that don't come up as much. So if, let's just say there's only 20 of these guys, not all 10 of them are going to be sold. A lot of people are going to want to collect them. So maybe you got a small portion of it. Maybe you got 3 or 4 being sold at a time. Or just buy it now. You have, for example, I feel I overpaid for the Topps Fire card for Ohtani. I was jumping the gun. I wanted a card so bad. I think that card I should have bought at $15. Or $10 to $15. That's the target. Because you can buy the bases pretty readily. And plus it's just a base card. There's nothing special to it. But it has a low pop. It's only 21 of them. So there's 4 or 5 for sale now. And there's not too many solds. That could be because there's not enough demand for it. Maybe I made them. Maybe that's the mistake I made. There's no demand for it. I'm thinking of long term. Hey, he does well. People are going to be looking for different cards to go after. This is going to be a cool looking card. There's not that many. So when people do start going after it, there's not going to be too many of them. So the price should, get jacked up. And then after a while, when the PSA 10s start coming in because people see the prices going up, then that may not be the card to invest in anymore. So that's my thought process in all this. So figure out what you want. Figure out the cards that you want to go after. And just do your research on it. Just make sure that you know as much as possible. Know the PSA pop report. If you're collecting Beckett, go to the Beckett and look at the pop report. All that information is key to buying cards, investing in cards, really. More than just buying for. If you're just buying for your collection, you just want it and that's it. And you still want to get a good deal, but the how well you price the card or buy the card is not as important. So those are my tips and tricks I feel is working out well for me lately. And plus, it's just, if you don't have that much time to do your research, then just go after certain cards. You'll know those cards well. When they pop up on eBay, you've saved the search. They'll even pop up for you and let you know. So there's that as well. All right, I'm done. That's the way you like to segue the ending of a show. You just go, I'm done. SVAcardcollectors.com. Head over there. I have a bunch of articles that I wrote last week. Guys, if you're looking to write some articles, let me know. Submit some stuff to me. SVABBcollectors.com. Always looking for stuff to put on the website. More stuff I can put there, more information I can give people, more opportunities I can give to my group to make themselves big. I'd love to do it. And Flick Chat, download the app. More good conversations there. Nothing crazy coming out this week. Transcendent, which if you don't have 25,000 or however much it is, you ain't buying it anyway. The following week is the doozy of the week. You have a ton of stuff coming out, and we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Still no checklist for the draft, the Bowman draft, but I'm sure it's coming out soon. Yeah. All right, guys. You guys know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke. Later.